Alright, let's get started. Hello everyone, this is Nikolaos, and today we are gonna do another Hack the Box machine. This one is called Forgotten. It's an easy machine and it's of course Linux. Let me start the machine. We will do it in adventure mode. And I have already started my VPN for that. So we wait for the machine to be up and running. As always, I have created a Tmax session with multiple tabs and pins. My first pin usually it's a VPN connection and a shared pin where I will share all my necessary files to the target. This tab it's for scans. Here most of the times we are doing all the necessary enumeration scans for the target, and I have another one which is the exploit. And after the enumeration and the scans, here we do most the exploitation part. So the IP is here, and as always I will set it as a target. So now we can call the target variable to get it, and first things first, we start with an nmap scan. And also to do some scans as well, but I'm gonna use another one. This looks better with a min rate. We will see how it goes. Last time with the min rate I had some issues and I couldn't detect all the ports, but we will see today. So since this is in a verbose mode, we already have some open ports. We have the 22, which is an SSH port, and 80, and of course I'm gonna add the IP to the correct host names, and this should be Forgotten, and we don't know if we have other ones. We will see if we're gonna add them. Forgotten, it's the machine. Awesome. And we will start checking the 80 port. We see that it comes with a forbidden, so we will open it and see. And since it's a web application, most of the times I start the burp suite for that. So I will have all my requests saved, so I can search later if I need to check someone or something. And of course I open the embedded browser, so HTTP forgotten.htb, and see that it starts with a forgotten page, as we noticed in the nmap scan. We have a small reveal that it's an Apache for that. Cool. So another thing I usually do, it's some subdomain enumeration or other files under the root host name. So I'm gonna start with GoBuster change this to forgotten. We already have a small hint here, and also for subdomains. Cool. And we want to see only the 200s. Nothing yet. Okay. Let's see why it stops. 403. Forgot to include the fuzz here. Okay, and now we want let me see 200 to show us only the 200 ones. Cool, it's up and running. We already get a survey here, and the scan completed really fast, so it means that there is probably no subdomain. We will come back to this, but we already have a hint. Let's go to see it. Survey. No, this is not what I wanted. HTB. Survey. Alright. We see an installer here. Lime Survey installer. And it seems that yeah, it's an installation. Cool. Okay, let's do some search for this one to see what exactly it's this Lime Survey. Have the installation here. It's okay. Okay. A lot of patterns. Partners, sorry. Okay. Have also customizations. So we need to visit a partner to see the installation process. Okay. See the partners. So maybe the official repository from Git. Powerful open source survey platform, a free alternative to SurveyMonkey, Typeform, Qualtrics, and Google Forms make it simply to create online surveys and forms with unmatched flexibility. Okay, the features, installation. Okay, too many contributors here. Let's see the deep wiki. Requires PHP, okay, so it's a PHP platform. There is an application config, alright. Also the upload for uploads and also a temp folder. Okay, the installation process, the diagram here. Check the requirements. If they are met, starts a database configuration. If a database exists, then creates the tables. If they exist, they create. And then admin configuration. Write the config file, and this installation is completed. Okay, there is an admin configuration there. So we will see how it goes. So we can start the installation. Database settings. Cool. Details. Database configuration. We specify database type, location, name, username, password. Cool. Prefix if you would like to have. And then for the administrator configuration, username, password, name, email, site, and default language. So okay, basically, since this is some kind of leftover installation, we can finish the installation and we can set up credentials for the database and of course for administrator. So we can complete this installation and we know a lot of things, how to log in as admin first, and of course the database settings that we can do. Okay, so let's start the installation. We accepted the license, the pre-installation check. Okay, we have one warning here and I hope this will not break our system. Collate library. Okay, we will see if this is gonna give us an issue. So we have MySQL, all the PHP libraries there. The directory is readable, the upload for directory is also there. The temp directory. At this we get a warning, but we will see if it's an issue for us. Okay, and now we will configure the database. So we can create a user, I'm gonna call it lime_user. The database password will be the same, username +123. The database will be lime_db. The prefix is lime by default. Okay, just to check a little bit the password, we can change the type to remove it or just txt, and always reveals the dots for us, so keep that in mind. If you found a saved password, you can turn it back to the clear text with this simple trick. Okay, lime user, it's localhost. Lime user 123 the password, and the lime_db the db. Okay, we don't want to save it right now, so database doesn't exist, so we're gonna create it. Okay, prefix, please fix the following connection with database failed. So it's not localhost. CDB connection failed to open the DB connection. It requires also a port, so 3360 it's the default port for the MySQL. Let's check again. Thanks, doesn't exist. Create again. Okay, same error. MySQL port. It's 3360, right? 3360. Server status also it's the server. Okay, so let me run again then nmap scan to see if we miss some ports. Humbled patron, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Oh, 3306. What? Oh yeah, okay. Thank you. Thanks for that, humble Patreon. Yeah. Okay. Sorry for that. So maybe that's the issue. Yeah, I always do that. It's a custom board instead of the default 3306. Okay. Yeah, I thought that it agreed with me and said, okay, 3360 is the correct one, but I misunderstand the response. But I was this close. I mean, okay, it's some kind of dyslexia thing when I switch characters or numbers. But thank you for this, Cats. Alright, let's try again with the correct port this time. So maybe we don't have to run nmap again to see if we missed any port. Okay, let's see if it's not responding or not. Let's see. All the other things is correct. The my type engine. Oh. We have my ISAM and InnoDB. Okay, let's keep it like this first and see. Maybe InnoDB it's better. Okay, let's find out. ISAM or InnoDB for MySQL. MySQL Lime survey. Maybe it wants a specific something. Okay, let's see what the AI has to say. InnoDB is generally commended for MySQL, okay, due to its support for transactions, better reliability, and improvement performance, especially with larger, okay, may be faster for certain read-heavy operation, but it lacks the advanced feature of stability. Okay, let's go with InnoDB then. Instead, it will reduce the possible maximum numbers of questions in your service. Okay. Please read more about my ISAM. Okay. Let's keep it the default here. Even though the InnoDB is considered faster, here give us a warning for this specific one. So localhost 3306, sorry, and let's try again. We don't want to save it right now, but we want to create a database. All right. Again, InnoDB default characters. Check your credential. Maybe the underscore is a problem. And also connection database failed, so it's not. So okay, let me run again. see the open ports. Maybe we can see the 3306, or maybe it's something else. But the initial scanner didn't give us much. Okay, so we don't have exposed port. And removes the port after that. Localhost, it will work in most cases. We don't have other instances according to this scan to see if there is any subdomain. Tested almost 5,000 subdomains. Okay. Maybe try the I know 3306 and credentials, it says. Okay, let's try with the InnoDB and see, then we will change the credential. But I think it looks... Oh, maybe to give a root directly and not... So the password will be root 123, and again, just to have a clear, you can remove this or make it txt, and you can see the password again. So root 123, root user, database this one, and the prefix. And I'm gonna still keep the myAssam because I think no, change it because we also had a warning about the connection, but we will see. Localhost and the port according to the example. Here it is considered a subdomain, but we don't have subdomain. Or localhost will work, but let's see. Node to the database engine version. Please check the credentials. Can remove it and make it also empty. Okay, we'll keep it like this. Check credentials again. Okay. And again the error. Hey Bali, how is going? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, we are doing a new box this time. Feel free to check the on-demand videos to see the yesterday and the previous ones. So connections failed. Again, we need to specify, not again, this one, 06. This. Leave the password as it is. Make it here as well. Could not determine the database engine version. Please check your credential. Root to root. Okay, what's wrong with the credentials? Engine version. Root tour. Okay, something is wrong with the credentials again. maybe this is the port, the correct port? Wait, but it says MySQL, right? Connection failed. Okay, so this it's not localhost should work, but okay, let me change it to an actual one. Still connection database failed. Let's find another installation guide. Okay, that's weird. Have MySQL, so the port should be live user. Okay. Failed to open the DB connection. We don't have exposed ports, so we assume that there is a default 3306, but why complaining about it? I was expecting a better documentation for that, but okay, we will find a way. Okay, let's check some other blogs. Alright. So the location probably should not port. Database name. Maybe the underscores in the name causing a problem. Okay. So we leave it localhost here. And we avoid the underscore for the user. The password probably doesn't matter, but to keep it consistent, I will change it to username and 123. The database didn't complain about it. And the prefix, okay, let's check this one. And of course, okay, maybe this is an old one because it doesn't have the engine type. We will see like this. Again failed. So HTB. Check your credentials. But I tried with the root as well. Okay, HTB. Give us an issue. Still connection issues. Okay. $33.08? What? Lime Servi, MySQL, default port. $33.06. For MySQL 8. Okay. That's weird for database port, but I will keep it open just in case. Another documentation, okay. Maybe this is better. Okay, with the files and that blah blah blah. This is not what I want. Use a manual. Want the installer to see how it goes. Yeah, maybe a video, but let's keep with the blogs. Oops. The manual. Yeah, we hope that all these requirements are already there, but we don't know the port, or maybe let's check the video. Probably it has more details. Oh, come on. I need to put a blocker for this one, but that's okay. Let's see. Yeah, the file is supposed to be there. license. We saw that as well. Okay, here is the crucial part. Okay, first we need to create the database there, so that's why we get these errors. There is a specific database name. How? We need to guess it. Okay. That's a good question actually. How? Or maybe the default. There are default credentials for MySQL, or at least defaults. Okay. That's for the admin username, and okay, so default MySQL credentials. I don't think so, but root and the password root. Okay, I think I tested right. Root. Still connection to that. Just in case, I will put this one 3308. No thanks. So it's not that. Okay, localhost, we leave it. The database engine version. Root here again. Maybe I did a typo. So the connection doesn't work. Still. Supposed to be easier, right? And the DB, maybe the database. We don't know the database name. We will change the names. So the database should be that one. Password, it's root, and user it's root, and localhost, we will leave it as it is. Let's see this one. Again, to connect the database. Hey, hello. Hello, root key. Welcome, welcome. So the config sample for that. This is how the config looks like, but we get a weird error about the database, so we still try to figure out. We use the full instead of localhost, but should work, right? Still connection failed. Let's Google this one. Lime survey. Maybe it's the a known issue. Is that issue with database connection? Incorrect credentials. Okay, so we focus on the credentials. So root, it's not one because they are by default according to the configuration. I mean, the sample configuration. Maybe empty. I think I tried it. Oops. Okay, we broke the server. Okay, that's weird error. Maybe the pre-installation check gave us something and I missed it. No. Check again. Okay. The server it's not very stable, and we don't do excessive job on it. So I was wondering why. And we missing a library, but I don't think that's the issue. MySQL. We don't have any other type. Yeah, I don't see any lag, so and I have tried also with the port. Check your credential. Catchy boy, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Interesting. Yo, welcome. prefix, it's default. So we assume that this instance, this installer gonna give us, maybe we still need to enumerate more. Let me check again the Ghostbuster. The Ghostbuster didn't find any files, or because we checked for the txt files, SQL, PHP, HTML. So we only got in the server status, which is the default one. Maybe increase a little bit or the Ghostbuster increase to was the medium, right? It was let's check this as well. Didn't see any robots file, right? It's still not there, but yeah. No subdomains. What I am missing right now. And yeah, of course the database should be created before you run the installation. So that's why I'm going with the default options here, because I'm assuming that those are used. Let's read okay, I tried, I think, this one. Let's do it again. Check the credentials. Okay, for the InnoDB, the credentials are not correct. But for this one, it goes to the next step. But the database you specified does not exist. So that's why it tries to create it. But we get an error. Connection with the database. We cannot connect with the database. Check the credentials. could leave it like this. Yeah. Super Pegaso, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, glad that you could find this channel, so welcome. Hope you like those kind of streams. What else? So the HTB. Okay, we're gonna start with this one. Root, it's most of the times the username, and it's the same for the password, but okay, let me leave it open and empty. Okay, so if I'm typing, if I found the correct database, it's gonna say okay that the database exists, but we get errors with connection with database because of the credentials. So the default they are not root and root, and the default database name. So they have to guess the database name. Then what else? Let me check the server status. Maybe it gives something. It's also 4 or 3. I saw it here as well, but okay. What else? What else? Yes, of course I'm gonna check for CVs for that or exploits for that, but I thought that the process should be like this: to complete the installation, add administrator credentials, and then you can log in as admin, because we finishing the installer. But yeah, I'm gonna check also for CVs for that. Yeah, I thought that since this is a leftover installation here, the actually application is not installed yet, so we cannot use a CV to do that unless there is a CV for the installation. So okay, I'm gonna do that, but normally we need first to finish the installation of the application, and then we will try to see if there is an exploit for that to use it when the application is up and running. For now it seems that it's unfinished. So that's why I'm expecting here for the configuration to be the default ones, right? According to the actual repository, those are the default credentials. So that's why I'm using them, because I hope that they are the same. But I'm gonna search for the Lime survey, exploit, GitHub, all them cool words to figure out if there is something. Okay, an RCE first of it. Gonna check both. And then exploit DB as well. Okay, we will start one by one. Login with credentials. So we need to finish the installation first. And then you upload the plugin. Okay, normal situation, how to activate the plugin. Okay, so we upload the reversal as a plugin for that. Okay, I see how it goes, but yet we still do finish the installation. Login into Lime server. Yeah, everything needs to be, first the installation needs to be there, and then we try to exploit it. But that's good that we can find at least something authenticated. So it needs to be the installation up and running. Okay, let me also put an installation keyword here to see maybe we can catch. Okay, this is a spoiler. I'm not trying to avoid it. Authenticated. Another spoiler. Okay. I'm not looking. Another. Come on, guys. I don't. That's why I don't want to search things like this, because I'm gonna get spoiled. Okay. Yeah, most of the times I see that the exploits are okay. Oh, a local file inclusion. That's interesting, but still, after the installation. What it says, because it contains path traversal vulnerability in the admin file manager. Okay. Maybe that's a cool thing to test as well, but the thing is that we need to finish the installation, and then after we finish the installation, of course, we got a lot of things to check, like an RC exploit, a local file inclusion, but let's first get rid of this stack here, because if we cannot install complete it, we cannot do anything. And so my initial thought was to complete the installation, provide the administration settings, and then we can log in, because we will provide the username and the password, right? So we can log in then, and then we can do investigate the app from the inside, and we will find an exploitation paths. But first, why I'm getting those kind of errors? How should I know about the database name, the username and the password, if they are not the default one, and the enumeration doesn't give us much? So if they were exposed somewhere, either in a text file or something, so no subdomains and no any other subdirectories or whatsoever. I'm gonna use the Deerbuster. Do I have something? No, I want to do it from the terminal. Deerbuster help. I haven't used it for a long time. Just you and the darket. Just you, and it's supposed to be HTTP or forgotten.htb. So this probably gonna do the job for me again. I have to. No, I want the CLI. Come on. to specify the in headless mode, no GUI. That's AIDS. Okay. I got you. That's AIDS. Okay, Java exceptions for that. Deep. Okay, dear Buster. Maybe it's you need to complete the installation, but you don't know the DB crest and if it even exists. Yeah, that's the thing. That's why I'm trying to still find ways how to get those credentials or so. And HTTP. What if you spawn your own? Oh, to set up an instance from. Okay. Okay. That's a good idea actually, because it mentions here if I have to, if I need to provide any socket path or maybe from my side. Oh yeah, that's so I need to expose my database. Yes, normally you can point, you can give. No, this is a very good idea because I control the instance. But this means that I need to expose my local port. Okay, I will come back to that because that's I can use a Docker instance for that. Okay, that's also a cool idea. Okay, that's a cool thing. I will come back to this, but let me first at least figure out that I'm not missing something from the enumeration. Maybe there is another folder file or somewhere, somehow. Otherwise, that's also a good idea to run a Dockerized instance by myself. Okay, found the survey. It also does a recursive, so after find something, it goes and checks also from this directory as well, which is awesome. Takes more time, of course. Survey admin 403. Okay. Let me check this as well. But I don't think so. Should finish. Yeah, it redirects back again to this one. Okay. Yes, again. Yes, for that. Yeah, that's a cool idea. So I'm not gonna use my installer. Okay, everything redirects back here. So if I do, okay, everything redirects here. So under the survey directory, everything else, it's a false positive from the scanner, and probably didn't find anything. That's why it gets from the actual directory and do it recursively. So I'm not expecting to see something else. So the only the next logical thing to do is to create an instance for a database. So I will provide my own database. So that's a cool thing to check. So we need to find now to utilize the Docker image, MySQL image. Docker MySQL image. How? Set up Docker compose file to have to just run an instance with a Docker. Okay, just a small one. Latest root password, database and ports. So this looks cool. So we just create a file for that, which is docker compose.yalm. It's a yalm file, right? Yeah, docker compose yalm file, and we paste this as a default thing. So my database will be Lime survey as a default one, and the root password should be root. And can I also specify my SQL? No, the root username, it's always root. Okay. Probably I don't have to specify it, but restart my SQL latest. Okay, this looks good. We save it and then we do first of all status of the Docker. Do I have Docker? Yeah, it's up and running. Awesome. So Docker, I don't have anything running. Okay, sudo always. Okay, no containers. So Docker Docker compose app. What was Docker compose? Docker compose. But I don't have the Docker compose. I don't have it. Yeah, we see that. Probably it will pull automatically, but I don't remember if I have the Docker compose. What the? How is it? Docker compose command. Did I forget it? Docker Compose. It's but I don't have it, right? I think I don't. Yeah, I don't have it. So sudo apt install Docker Compose. Is there a, yeah. Okay, so now this should work as a detached. Let me just think a little bit before I run it. I would like to check again the, maybe I need to specify the network, yeah, because I need to expose the IP of the instance, right? Because if I run it as localhost, this could not run, cannot be accessible from the outside, right? You like my playlist? Sorry, I didn't see that comment. Give me 1 second. You like the playlist? It's from Spotify, Stream Beats. So yeah, I know that there is a specific music that I could stream with no copyrights. So from Spotify you can search about stream music from Stream Beats. Stream Beats by Harry Heller. So that's the artist. So you could find the list there. It's a default one, so I didn't have to choose much. There is a dash Docker Compose. Okay. But Rudki, this is correct, right? I need to expose to the configuration here the actual IP, so we can use the VPN IP in order to get it, because otherwise it's localhost, right? Cannot be reached outside of the Docker. And I'm gonna ask this one. You don't need to expose, you use your own VPN. Okay, let's try this then. Okay, we are pulling. We'll stop this one because it doesn't make sense anymore. The Docker Compose file looks fine. Okay, we will see. Okay, it's up and running. Cool. Yeah, okay, so yeah, it's listens to 000, so it could be available there. Okay, and let's again cut the Docker file to see. Okay, root. So go again here. So start the installation, accept the license, go next for the checks. So here we put our IP. The database user is always root. Our password is root again. Root. The database is the default one we specify here, Lime survey, and the prefix it's the default. Do I have to specify the port as well here? Let me do it as well, just in case. We will check it again. So let's see. Yeah, okay. Database creation already exists. Do you want to populate this one? Yeah. Awesome. Database has been successfully populated. Thank you so much for the hint, Rutki. Yeah, I could think of it probably after some time, but thanks for the hint. Probably yes. It's also mentioned a little bit in the configuration that we can use external databases, but I didn't think right away that I can create an instance of a database for myself and then share this one. Okay, so we almost done. The username is admin. The password for that it's auto-filled, but as I mentioned before, we can a little bit cheat for that. And what's that password? It's the default one, okay, as expected. Same here. Okay, the email. Okay, so admin and password, it's the credentials. We don't have to change them much. And admin and password, cool. And we are done. It's okay, don't save it. And now we can access actually I forgot to keep some notes. That's an important thing, guys. Don't forget about your notes, because if you leave it now and come back later, you gonna miss everything. You don't gonna remember anything. So here in my notes, we found enumeration first. Enumeration, first part that we did. Found a survey directory with line survey installation leftover. Cool. Needed to create our own SQL instance with Docker. Then provide creds in the installation. Awesome. The default credentials for that. Awesome. And just add the ports. Okay, I'm gonna close this one, and I want to have the ports. This thing with the copying, I'm complaining in every stream that the Tmax copy, it's not that good. Okay, notes. Important, guys, keep notes. Cool. And now we can log in to the administrator panel with admin and password. Come on. Why it takes so long? My database is so slow. Okay. Cool. We don't want to create yet. Don't save the credentials. Please enforce SSL encryption. Okay. Not enforced. Password warning. You are still using the default password. Change the password and log in again or log in again. Okay. So we can see something here. Can we? Plugins, of course. We thought to check this as well. I'm looking for the version of this Lime survey, so I'm hoping to find it somewhere. The configuration, global. Okay, we got it. It was there before or only here? Okay. Only. Okay. So we can check it here. 6.3.7 Community Edition. Now it's the time. Okay, we got some hint to specify a plugin for that. So we can go to plugins and we know how to upload something. It's a zip file. Okay. Looks promising. So I'm gonna go again for this. Yeah, I don't know if this is still applicable, but let's see the exploit, what it does. We specify the IP, the passcode and the port. Okay. There is also a zip file already there. Cool. After authenticate, okay, to upload the file, the installation page, call then to install the plugin. Okay, and then activate, and then you get the cell from the folder name. Alright. Then I wanted to see the zip folder, or maybe okay. This is a very old one. I would like to check some new. It's the same author, but this is sooner. Let's again create a zip container. Okay. There is also a demo. Okay, let's see how they create. How it creates the zip folder, the zip file. Get random strings, the CSRF. Okay. Parser. Random name. So it creates a just simple reverse shell file and just zipping it. create also an XML file, the plugin XML. Okay, so the plugin needs an XML as well. Creates the file, puts also there the config and then zipping it. Remove the files. Okay, this looks promising and straightforward. And then the upload functionality here to upload and do it, and then also triggers the cool. I'm gonna use this one. Always guys, when you checking exploits on GitHub, just spend some time to review the code to see what the exploit does. Sometimes you can do it manually, sometimes it's okay to use the script for that, but the important thing is to check the code, because maybe it will do something that you don't want to do, right? In many ways you can think about it, so always review the code a little bit, not only for security reasons, to check the security and how legit the script is, also to understand the process, to understand what the script does, right? We create a script to automate the process after we figure out how to do it, right? The exploitation script comes after we have understand what we need to do, and we automate it to make it repeatable, and we don't have to repeat all these steps manually. So in general, this script automates the creation of the reverse shell with the PHP file, then the config XML file that is required most of the times for the details for the plugin. So it needs to have a name, etc. It's some details. Then the script just zip the file and then sends all the requests. Authenticates with admin, then finds the upload form, uploads the file, and then triggers the file after the activation and the upload. So cool. I'm gonna need only this file, so I'm gonna download it. Templates, and we are working on Forgotten. And this is the file name of the CV. Awesome. So we can here say Python the CV file and see how it runs. So it takes dash URL, and the target is HTTP forgotten.htb. Then we need the user is admin, then the password is password, then our local host lhost, which is our VPN address, and then L port. I'm gonna go with the default 444, and we can specify verbose mode if we like. So URL, user, password, lhost, lport. That looks good, and I'm gonna utilize the Penelope for that. It's a very good, let's say, listener. It's a full CLI. Yeah, feel free. Thanks for the follower that mentioned it. I forgot his name, but yeah, it's a good listener to work on it. You can also have multiple listeners there. Hey, hello, Learn CPP, welcome. How is it going? How are you today? So we are working on the new box machine called Forgotten. We had some progress so far, so we are about to run an exploit to get the reverse shell for this vulnerability. If it works, we will see. Forgotten, so all the details are here. Let's see. Create the malicious file, and we get an error. The script has an issue. or maybe to get a CSRF token out of index. Yes, I think I got it. I need to specify, or it does by itself. Maybe it wants the full okay, I'm gonna check the code locally, but let's see. The URL web root. So I'm wondering if it's, oh, come on. Okay, let's go local and find the exploit, zoom more, and I want to see how here is the error. So from the get token it complains the page response cannot find from the response the input to get a value. So it returns the CSRF token URL. It's airstrip, okay. So doesn't mean that is doesn't need the full URL. Maybe we need to specify the service sub. That's why I couldn't find it. Okay, let me try again. So /survey, and it strips the slash if I do it. So okay, let's try again. No error so far. Okay, looks promising. It's a deprecated it's there still. Okay, we got some progress. Awesome. And we have the reversal. I thought that I need to change the deprecated function to find all, as it mentioned here, but yeah, still okay, so it works. So I didn't have to do anything else. Okay, we are there, but it looks like not the actual host. Okay. Yeah, when you see those kind of host names, it's not the actual server. I mean, it's dockerized. Those kind of names, they come auto-generated by the Docker engine, so I am assuming that this is a Docker. This is a Docker container, and we can maybe we can tell cool, we will do the actual enumeration, but from the first thing, AWS looks like a container. We will see. Okay. Is there anything in the home? Okay, we have a user. Okay. What else? There is no sudo L probably for that. It asks for the password, so we don't know it. Okay, let's manually go to some known folders to see what we can find. Okay, we know all these things. Maybe in the temp folder something. Yeah, I have to move to that folder. The temp one. Okay. No hidden files. Set debug. Okay, where else we could find other files? Oh, we need to go back. Maybe mail something here. No. OPT. Nothing there as well. Local. Nothing there as well. And then lib. Just going about the folders to see what else we can enumerate. Okay. Maybe backup something. No, empty. The spool folder. Here has a mail. Empty. It's a sim link for the mail folder above. Okay. What else? Echo user. Okay. And an MV file. Maybe gonna gives us something. Hostname, PHP port, the version, the Apache configuration. GPG keys. Okay. Apache log directory. All these ones. Okay. What is this? Lime survey pass. What? Okay, that's a good one. User. Run group. Lime survey admin. Okay, that's really interesting to have a Lime survey pass under the environment variables, but okay, cool. I'm gonna keep that. Maybe we can use it somewhere. After using the plug in RCE, got an environment variable like this, and of course the username, which is same like our user, the admin. I'm gonna keep that as well, but we already knew that one. Cool. So we have a password, and as always I'm gonna check for the password spraying to see if this is the actually password of this user. So but I think we are inside the Docker. And we need to get out of this one to the actual server, not the Docker. So there is also a port the 22 port. Okay, so let me first check to log in as a Lime SVC at target. And yes, it worked for the SSH connection. So, and now we have the user flag. Awesome. So a local variable, an environment variable, exposed the past for us. So always keep in mind to check variables when you start enumerating first, before you run your automation script like a Limpis or whatsoever. If you have created something by yourself, before you run your scripts to enumerate, just go and do some manual enumeration, simple one, right? To check the ID, to see, for example, to see the groups, to see the groups, right? And then to see the kernel uname, see the kernel of the container from the server, then to check some basic files you can always find useful. It's the opt one, but I'm keep using an alias that it's not exists. So yeah, do some manual enumeration before you run automation scripts for that. Okay, just to have some fun, right? Because okay, this time didn't take me too much to figure out it. So if you have nothing about the simple enumeration by hand, of course then you need to run the scripts for this one. So okay, awesome. So we have a flag, we get a user flag. Let me submit this. Cool. And submit the flag and the rating. It was easy, besides the fact that you need to create your instance of MySQL, which by the way, thanks again Rutki for the hint. Yeah, probably I would have think about it, but it's okay. Yeah, it's easy, so I'm gonna, yeah, because it was straightforward, we didn't have to do much things, so yeah, easy peasy. Okay, and now we start the actual enumeration of the user. So the bash history has something inside. Okay, when you see bash history has some bytes of a file, maybe you can see something there, or maybe it's a false positive, so you don't know. But most of the times the bash history is empty, as it is like this. But it has a sim link to dev null. Okay, that's interesting. It looks empty. Okay, then sudo l, and we know the password. To see what we can do, but it's not in the sudo, cannot run sudo. Okay, and this is totally different. Yeah, and container. So before we were here, probably in this container we were. Yeah, probably we were there. And also the container. Permission deny? Why? It's root. Yeah. Okay. Maybe that's also a hint. Maybe Docker could be used to elevate our privileges. So the host name for that, it's the actual server instead of this host name, which looks like this. When you see those scrambled numbers as a host name, most of the time it's a Docker container there. So okay, we can focus now on that. And of course we checked folders, like the common ones, as we said. So the opt folder here is empty. The mail, it's empty. Backups, crashes and cuts are probably empty. I don't see something there. Okay, a temp folder for that, so it's the same with this one, kinda. VMware, we know that we are in the actual VMware box for that. Cool. Okay. Okay, normal one. Also the bus RC, maybe an alias or something there, alias alert. Okay. Okay. Looks normal. Okay, it looks normal. So we can also start a Limpis scan for that, but let me go a little bit manual again. So we're gonna search for it was perm 4000 file, and we're gonna direct it to the dev null. Didn't give me much for that file. I don't fully remember the command. However, I would like to show you something new for the Pentester TV. It's also a new nodes instance. So you can visit the page book.pentester.tv, where you will find a very useful notes there. And by the way, I'm still working on it. This is the first implementation. A very basic notes you can find there, and the usage for that is how useful can be. So we have with the command K a search to search whatever you want. So let's say we want reverse cells, we just search for cell, and we have some very basic reverse cells according to the language. This is the first instance. I will update with more payloads here, but I would like to show you something cool. You can provide here your IP address and port, so whenever you change a port, all the payloads automatically and the commands, they take the new port, and let's say that you do 10 10 11 10, another IP. So every command here in the nodes site, it will auto populate with whatever you provide here, so you don't have to change again IP and port. You define it here, and whatever command you find in the page that it asks you for your IP and port, it's already populate. So you just copy paste payloads without worrying about to change the port and the IP. So that's the initial idea. First of all, to have useful nodes and easy to find them easy. To have this also so we don't have to change IP and ports every time when we change payloads. And yeah, so for example, for the enumeration for Active Directory, as you can see, when you populate here, all the commands, they have the IP that you can provide. I'm having some plans to put usernames as a default ones and passwords, so you don't have to customize any commands there. But yeah, that's the idea, folks. Feel free to visit it. It's book.pentester.tv. Of course, I have to mention that it's only for authorized testing and educational only, and use it wise. Don't exploit uh, don't exploit something without specific permissions, and use those commands only for when you are working on labs or when you do your training or in your examinations. For example, if you have an exam like OCP or etc., maybe this is useful. And I would like to see some privilege escalation here, so that's that I was looking for. Okay, the type, I forgot the type. So you see, we have very useful commands here that we can use every day, all the time, like the perms to find binaries with the potential SUID, and then we can check the GTFO bins to see if we can use them, some cron jobs, and yeah, the sudo l command, some other common wins that we can use, kernel exploits, and of course Windows. And again guys, this is the first release. I'm working on it, and almost every day I will update the page with more commands, more techniques. So for example, for web also we have quite of interesting exploitations. For example, SQL injections, cross-site scripting, and also since we are pen testers, I wanted also to give the solution, the fix for that, because when we conduct penetration tests, most of the professional penetration tests, then we need to conduct also a report for that, and in the report we need also to provide some solutions, some mitigations, some remediations, right? So in every vulnerability here, besides the payloads and the technique that you need to follow to exploit it, you will find also the fix, how to fix the vulnerability, because yeah, besides exploiting, fixing it's also what a good pen tester could be able to provide. Okay, let's go back to the post exploitation for now, for the privilege escalation. Okay, I found a bug here. Oh, okay, needs to be pointed correctly. Alright, so we have this also useful command which will find for us SUID binaries. Let's check this one first. And then if we don't have any luck for it, we will just run the limpies to do some for us. Okay, we get something back. Of course, it was expected, but we need to find something that looks vulnerable and we can use it. A lot of for the snap ones. Okay, the snap, it's an installer there. Okay, it looks that those are the common ones. We don't see much here, so I'm gonna try to run the limpies for that, to have a full understanding of the box. So in the shares, I can move to my own folder for limpies pass, and I have here. So the idea is to set up a list HTTP server with your IP, and where you are inside, you can curl, use the curl, and then you can pipe it to bus. So with this one we just host the limpies file into our server, to our HTTP server, and we run it at the same time. Thank you so much Rutki for being here. Yeah, thanks again. Take care. I will try to have some fun. Thank you for that. So now, and also we can, if we would like to visit again, we can pipe the results to lean scan as a file to have it there as well. I don't see results. What's wrong with that? Oh. Okay, the direction to write the file maybe didn't work, so we need to figure out something else. So instead of directing it, you can pipe and make and use the T command to write everything there. Cool. Scan is already running. The coloring of the script, it's really useful when you see red with this background. We need to focus on those. The green are the common things. Blue and light cyan also give you some hints. Copy fail, it's also applicable for this kernel. Yeah, and as always, I don't want to use kernel exploits for that. We will see how it goes, but yeah. And then maybe if we become root, we can use some exploits, kernel exploits for that. Okay. Let's continue with enumeration. Ubuntu release. Cool. The path. Date and mounts here. Cool. Environment variables as well. Have more results here. Docker also is running. Maybe we should check also that. We know that, we already knew that, but yeah. Docker version. Come on. What's wrong with the scan? Okay, stuck there. Let's run it again. I'm gonna run it without saving it. But okay. Something's happening here. Okay, I will leave it running. So let me have a quick break. I will leave the scanner go. I will only hide leave it myself, so I will be right back. Alright, we are back. Something is wrong with the script that doesn't do its job. So I'm gonna cancel it for now. Yeah, and the server looked a little bit empty. Besides the kernel exploit, which we will try it later. Okay, let's see in the Docker what else we can do. Now, because we know the password, before I just ran sudo l and asked for the password, but now we know the password. Let's check this as well. And what? It has all permissions. So wait, that means we can just sudo sudo that. Oh, yeah. Okay, awesome. Yeah, the Docker container, I think most of the times you can, if you are in the Docker, you do have those kind of permissions. I'm not certain about it, but thankfully now we know the code and the password, and we can see that that user could use the sudo to change to root. But I think I'm not sure. Please correct me if I'm wrong. So since it's a Docker, you can easily become a root of the Docker, and then you can see how to escalate the privileges from there to try at least to escape for that from the container, or use the root functionality from the container to do something in the actual server. So we are in that directory now, and yeah, let's see. So since we are root, let's check a little bit first the root folder. Okay, it's empty, so we need to become root in the actual server, not in the container. But we need to see if we can use any functionality from here as root to do more stuff. So we have yeah, since we are root in the container, we can create files probably. So first let me touch a file here. Test, yeah, test file, it's okay. Let's see. Okay, of course, since we are root, every file that we write in the directory, it becomes root. Okay, so what we can do, we can yeah, if from here, from the container, doesn't matter if we are root, but since we can write as root files, and we can also do some so we can use some other binaries from the bash binary, for example, copying it here give permissions, of course, and then we run it from here. Okay, let's let me see if I can see that file, the test file, also from the actual server. So it's under var www var okay, we don't have that there, but wait, it was on under options, Lime survey test, is that there? Yeah, okay, no, there it is. All right, so we created the folder here, the file here, and we can access it here. So what in its root? Cool. So let me jump to that directory. And yeah, here's the test file. So the idea is I'm gonna copy the bin bash binary to that directory here, and I'm gonna give permissions, so it has user permissions and special permissions. So the idea is to, as we do with this SUID exploits, we copy the bin bash, here, or as a root bash, yeah, here's the root bash, and we can also see it from here. Yeah, and we need to give to change the mode to user plus special permissions. Awesome, we see the permissions now, how they were, and let's see them now. Now it become with the special permissions. You can see the S here. Cool. And as normally we call it, if I can type, is it here? Root bash -p, and we are root. Awesome. Okay, that was easy. Cool. Yeah, we are root. Awesome. And now I can cut the root flag, thankfully. Yes, here it is. Awesome. And here is also the root flag. Let's submit the flag here as well. And yeah, that was the box, folks. That was kind of easy, let's say. Yeah, since we are root, yeah, to become root directly from here. Yeah, most of the times when you are in the Docker and you know the password, you can sudo change to user, to root user. And since the container file it's within our reach from the actual server, whatever we write it as a root. So we can use the root privileges to copy a binary file with a user permission and special permission to the actual folder that we have access from the actual server, and then we just run it. And that was the case. Yeah, because from the Linux here, it's they only show me some mounts where probably I should look at them. But yeah, I check when we first ran the script here, it showed some mounting, right? Yeah. And some disk here, which those looks unusual. The SDA1 and the SDA2 and the SDA looks okay, but those two, okay. Maybe. Maybe there is where's the mount? Oh. Okay, media. Okay. Yeah, maybe there is also some mounting here, but and also the dirty flag, maybe it's applicable. Cool, the SHM also folder is there, so if you know the old ways, you can actually SHM. Come on. Yeah, okay, so guys, just to remember, the dev SHM folder, it's only readable from the session. So if you are on a box that it has multiple users, like custom CTFs with when they share one server only, you can use that folder to store your files inside, and no one else can see that folder. If they are multiple connected with reverse shells in the server, this one it's unique for each session, so this is populated only per sessions. So whatever you put into that folder, because it's just a folder, of course if you have access to right there, you can use them to store files or something else, and no one else has access. Because back in the days when we were doing boxes, it was the old days, of course, where we were too many people in one shared server. So, and yeah, you can mess around with other people. But yeah, guys, that was the box, and we solved it on time. Yeah, almost on time. So first of all, thank you so much for the 50 followers, guys. Another goal has been achieved. So thank you for all the follows. I'm glad that this channel grows naturally. So yeah, big thanks to all of you guys for being here and for supporting this initiative. So yeah, thanks again for all the follows. And of course, I would like also to mention the book pentester.tv. This will be nice. Thank you, Bali. Yes, we wrote the box. It was an easy, of course, box, but yeah, we solved it. So yes, feel free to check also these notes here. And as I said before, I have plans to update more notes here, more useful notes. Yeah, and you can always find commands easily. The search has a shortcut, Command K, and you can type whatever you want. It also keeps the recent folders that you have opened. So yeah, for example, we have the privilege escalation, the cross-site scripting, so whatever you have typed before or you have searched, you can find it again. The reversal page where you can specify your IP and port, and everything it's auto-populated, so you don't have to worry again to provide the ports and IPs unless you need to change something. And this is applicable in the entire let's say commands. So every command, so you see this command, if I change the IP to 11, it also populates all the commands. So yeah, you just grab them and execute them. So that's the main idea. And of course there is a button here where you can reset it back to the defaults. With the defaults are the 10 10 10 and 44 44. I'm also planning to introduce some command and controls. We will show those when we'll jump to Active Directory machines pretty soon, guys, so please stay tuned. We will start doing Active Directory machines. Yeah, here are the basics. The sliver, the cobalt strike, this is a commercial one, so if you are an active red teamer, probably your team, you have a license for that. Mythic for cross platforms as well, Havoc, and the old Metasploit. And I have plans to also include some new ones, and yeah, we will talk about this. The enumeration process for the Active Directory, we will see that again when we'll start doing Active Directory machines. How to run the Blackhound from the outside to get the collections, how to install the instance of the Blackhound. We'll have fun for that for sure. But yeah, also there is a cryptography where you can identify hashes, crack hashes, generate hashes using hashcat for cracking, John, also some hashing in the code. So yeah, I have plans to also improve the privilege escalations. I will separate them probably. I will create two different categories, one for Linux and one for Windows. For now they are sharing the same page, but I think I will refactor a little bit that, and I will separate them because yeah, Windows privilege escalations are totally different and so many ways to do it, and privilege escalations for Linux are similar but are different. So yes, that's the idea. I hope you also find this useful, and again, please use this only for authorized testing. The reconnaissance, of course, with the nmap tools and some domain enumerations using subfinder, AMAS, even curl command, the the FAV scanner for that, GoBuster for DNS, and then some combination of one-liners. So you cut your subs, you use the HTTPX to check with a silent status code, and then yeah, etc. You will see a lot of useful one-liners. I like one-liners, to be honest, because it does the job with one-line command. So yeah, and also I like also to write some Go files. So we will see also some scripting in Go as well, and of course Python as always. But yeah, that's the idea. And of course, again, visit the pentester.tv site, check when I'm online. You can see the schedule here. We have also a CTF challenge for you guys. If you click here, you go to the terminal, and there is a small challenge for you to solve to find the flag. There is also a hint here, and when you find it, you can submit the flag in the terminal, and you will get a badge here next to the title of the terminal that it says that you have completed the challenge. And also you can reset the challenge and you can do it again. So cool. Alright, so awesome. Yeah, that was the box, folks. Thank you so much for being here. We will do another box tomorrow. We will see if we will do easy ones. I would like to have a schedule. For example, every Mondays we will do easy box for beginners, friendly for beginners, so you can follow along and we can solve together the boxes and ask questions, chat about solutions and maybe ideas. So I'm planning to have every Monday easy boxes. We will have a Fridays, Happy Fridays stream when we're gonna do medium and insane machines, let's say. Yeah, so got some plans. Thank you so much for the support so far. Thank you so much for all the followers. Another goal has been reached. So yeah, that was it for today. I will see you again tomorrow, and as always, stay healthy, stay sharp, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.